What's up? What's up? What's up? Welcome to the Sports Sidebar Podcast. You're tuning in with your boy Rich, and I'm here with my buddies Tom and JD, and we're about to get this thing started. Let's go. All right, about to kick this thing off. How's everybody doing today?
Doing good, Rich. How you doing?
Doing fantastic, man. Getting closer to the playoff time. You know, NHL, NBA. Few months before NFL training camp. About to be a great time to be alive, man.
Yeah, things are starting to kind of shape up a little bit. We already got some hockey matchups set. You know, the Bruins playing this weekend against the Capitals. Should be a good series. You know, playing an old foe in Zdeno Chara, and then you get the Islanders against the Penguins. So interesting, you know, how they're going to do it this year. The four divisions are basically, taking top four in each division. Those guys are going to play, and then the whole kind of like East versus West is not happening. So it's basically going to be the three divisions in the U.S. and then the one Canadian division. So it's interesting, but doing what they got to do this year, adapting.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be interesting to see. I think they're the first sports team to kind of not really go by the normal way. They were doing it with like divisions, stuff like that. It's kind of like pretty much however you finished, like everybody in the pool.
Yeah, it'll be interesting for sure. Obviously some divisions are better than others, so kind of stinks for some of those teams. But it's no different than like the NBA, right? Like you're playing East-West in this year. A team in the West with a better record than some of the teams that are going to be in the playoffs in the East. So it kind of is what it is, but it is different. So I haven't really heard anyone complaining about it either. I mean, I feel like the at least in the NHL, the good teams are towards the top of their divisions anyway. So I haven't heard any complaining.
Yeah, I don't understand why people would complain. I mean, if you think about it, if you're the best team is going to come out regardless, no matter who they play.
Yeah. I mean, like you said, the top teams, this isn't going to affect. It's those borderline playoff teams that are fans may be a little up in arms a little bit. But again, like I said, I haven't heard anything. It seems like good separation between the teams that are going to be in the playoffs and those that aren't. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. A hockey playoff is really fun to watch. Intensity level picks up, the hitting picks up. These guys kind of lay it all out on the line for a month and a half, 2 months. Fun to watch. Yeah, I mean, everyone's just a little on edge, and maybe even more this year because they played interdivisions so often that these teams really kind of familiarity breeds contempt, right? I mean, these teams have played against each other all year long, basically in these smaller divisions, and so I think there's a lot of hate built up for some of these teams.
Oh yeah, a lot of fights breaking out. So it goes down when it goes stick gloves.
Shirt.
Yeah, somebody gets that shirt pulled over them.
The old school Mighty Ducks.
Yeah. I mean, let's get right to it. I mean, we got the NFL. Not too much stuff happening. I mean, the only thing is really the huge the Aaron Rodgers ordeal. People talking about if he'll stay, if he'll go, where he'll go. If it's not an NFC team, probably an AFC team. My thing is, I wonder how much of being that teams in the NFC won't be able to get him. Packers saying they won't trade him to the NFC team. I wonder how many teams hold off to try to get Watson to see how that affects that trade going down.
Yeah, it should be interesting to see what happens with these two franchises, these two quarterbacks. You heard Devonta Adams come out, I think it was last night, saying, Rodgers in there. He's not sure he wants to be there. He's Rodgers' boy. So, I think it definitely has you questioning the leadership of the franchise, right? I mean, if they can't keep a franchise quarterback happy, what are they going to do to for the rest of the players on the team? You know what I mean?
Yeah, but the Packers they have a board though, right? They don't have a general owner.
Yeah, they don't have an owner, but they have the board, and they also have a GM. GM coach. And GM was the one that drove Brett Favre out of town. So yeah, I mean, the GM can go a long way in keeping people happy. And obviously he's taken direction from the board a little bit, but if he doesn't think it's right, he should go back and say, oh, look, we got to pay this guy, or we got to figure this out. now. This isn't something we can't mess around with this guy like we did with Brett Favre.
I think it's too late at this point. I think he's just ready to go.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think anyone would blame him, but I don't think he gets off scot-free either in this one. I mean, he's kind of been a little bit of a diva, while he's been in Green Bay anyway.
Mm-hmm.
He's had some obviously awesome years, Hall of Fame quarterback, but I would be on the side of he's underachieved, only being to one Super Bowl since when did he take over? 2006, 2007.
Yeah, I mean,
and only going to one Super Bowl and being MVP however many times, 3 times, and putting up the stats that he's put up and having these historic offenses that he's had. I mean, I'd say he's kind of underachieved, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. I can't really put the full blame on him.
No.
It doesn't seem like the team's drafted well while he was there. I mean, the only time they went to that Super Bowl is because when they had that great defense. But after that, it seems like they've been struggling to hit on draft picks, or people have been going there and leaving. So.
Yeah, and they're not, still have not, adding to the offense in the draft. I mean, they're not adding skill players in the first round. It's been basically all defense, or no picks, or within, I think, since 2002 they've drafted 2 offensive players in the first round. It was Jordan Love and our offensive skill players, Jordan Love and Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, so but I mean,
they don't.
That doesn't count.
I know, that's what I'm saying. They're not prioritizing the offensive of the quarterback, right? They're not giving them at least, I mean, people always kind of rag on Belichick for not drafting, skill players and things like that, but he's kind of swung and missed on receivers in the first round, and he's also drafted, many tight ends, high tight ends, Gronkowski, Hernandez. I know people like to say that, but I think he's given his quarterback at least some decent options. I think it seems like not so much in Green Bay.
Yeah, but I mean, even though they might not have drafted well as far as receivers, but I mean, they did hit on those 2 tight ends, and then they went out in free agency and got people. The Packers haven't really went out in free agency, got anybody.
No.
Del Barron. So.
Nope. You're right there.
Yeah. So I think he's just seeing what all these other quarterbacks are getting. They're getting help. They're drafting offensive weapons, and then he's just sitting there like, what about me? And I think it gets frustrating. And then in other news, there was your boy Tim Tebow's back in the NFL. And got signed as a tight end for the Jags. How you like the signing?
I don't know. I mean, I guess I respect the guy for still trying. He did his baseball stint. Decent. Better than me and you could do, for sure.
Oh yeah.
And he's not. I mean, he's 31, 32, somewhere around there. I mean, he had a good gig with ESPN. He could easily just packed it in and done college football coverage for the next 20 years and had a really pretty comfy life. But he the guy loves football, loves being he loves competing. So good on him, I guess, for going out there. I mean, I'd probably give him a 50-50 chance to make the team as a tight end. But he's he's going back to his boy Urban down there in Jacksonville, and I mean, it is what it is. How do you?
Yeah, I mean, it's gonna be interesting to see. I don't know. To me, it seems like more of a team signing.
Could be.
Maybe for him to mentor Trevor Lawrence as far as leading men in the NFL, helping him understand Urban Meyer's offense. I don't know how much playing time he's gonna get though. I mean, he might get a lot. I mean, you never know. The Jags don't really have much offensively. They're kind of in the rebuilding stage, so maybe he gives them a spark offensively, in that tight end position. I don't know how many passes he catches. I don't know, man. It's gonna be interesting to see, even if he makes whether or not he makes the roster cuts come after training camp and everything.
Mm-hmm.
But I think he's more so there for a team chemistry type of thing. Is one of Herb's guys, so he knows what Herb likes, and it'll be an extra voice for him in the locker room on the offensive side of the ball. So.
Yep.
And then your boy Metcalf ran the dash, man, but he ended up at last. But I mean, you can't front. He ran a 10.3. That's pretty fast, faster than me, way faster than me. But for his size, I mean, that's great, man. Especially him going against guys what all they do is run.
Yeah, props to him for going out and doing it. I mean, I think a lot of professional athletes say they can do things, like Chad Ochocinco kind of did like the, racing horses and stuff like that, kind of gimmicky stuff. But, DK went up against, some of the best in the world. Came in last, but at least he went out and did it. It's always crazy to me, like when, me and you obviously like going out and playing sports is like not like these guys, competing in different areas, right? So like it's always interesting to me to see like like Ken Griffey playing basketball or like DK running the sprint. It's just you think they should be able to, because they're so fast on the football field, faster than anyone on the football field, that they would finish better. But then you realize how good that these sprinters are and how fast they are.
Yeah.
It's always crazy to me. Like they were talking about, I think we talked about it a little bit, but Aaron Hicks, on the Yankees being like a scratch golfer, and he wouldn't even sniff a pro tour event.
Yeah.
And the same thing with Tony Romo. Like he's been working his ass off to try to, I think he might actually be playing this week on an exemption, but working his ass off to play on, a few of these tournaments on the Korn Ferry Tour, and that's a second level PGA Tour, and he's still getting smoked off the course. So it just it's always interesting to me when guys do that.
Oh yeah, definitely. I think everybody wants to be deep down inside. They want to be that Bo Jackson of the century or the Dion. I mean, we haven't seen it done in a while where a professional athlete can play multiple sports and be good at it.
I think it's just too hard now. They start specializing these kids at such a young age now that I just think it's difficult to play two sports, because they, when you're good at one, I feel like they kind of push you towards that in these academies and private schools and things like that, and they make you focus on one sport, or even having like AAU basketball all year round now. Is when we were kids, it was basically summertime basketball for the most part.
Yeah, I feel like when they get to a certain point, preferably like high school or college, they have to make that decision to do one.
Yeah. I feel like you don't see even the two sport in college that often anymore. Like you kind of used to, or like Tom Brady getting drafted by the Expos and deciding to go to Michigan. So like Elway got drafted by the Yankees. I feel like you don't hear that anymore. I think Russ Wilson was probably the last one.
Well, no, I think Murray did. Kyler Murray.
Oh, Murray. Sorry, Murray. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Yep.
But yeah, I mean, it's interesting to see. But I never seen like a basketball football or a basketball baseball. I mean, I think those would be some interesting ones to see. Like kind of like I love the way Dion did when he was playing baseball and football.
Yeah.
I mean, he was going to playing the football game, then flying over to go play the baseball game. I mean, they went to the World Series that one year, but I mean, I think it's gonna be a while before we see anybody like that.
Yeah, I think football's like the only sport you can do it with, because I feel like you can get away with only playing on Sunday, and then especially with baseball, even if you have to take a Sunday off here or there, like no problem.
Especially if you're like a pitcher or something. I mean, that makes it a lot easier.
Yep.
And on to the NBA. I mean, we got the NBA season winded down. Playoffs get ready hit in full effect. Looks like we're gonna get these playing games next weekend. Looks like it's gonna be Memphis versus the Spurs for the 9-10 matchup in the West. And then Washington versus Indiana in the 9-10 for the East. And then we're going to have the Lakers playing the Golden State for the 7-8 matchup in the West. And then Boston's going to be possibly playing Charlotte, or the Heat will possibly be playing Charlotte for that 7-8 matchup for the play-in. And it looks like whoever wins on the 7-8 matchup is locked in at the 7th spot. And then the loser of the 7-8 plays the winner of the 9-10. For the 8 spot.
Yep.
Interesting way they're doing it this year.
Yeah, I'm surprised that LeBron hasn't gotten his play-in tournament canceled yet. It's still on, apparently.
I don't know why he's complaining. It's not like he has to win. It's not like it's a 7-game series. I mean, even let's say they lose to Golden State, I doubt they'll lose to the Spurs or Memphis. And I mean, I think if they end up at the AC, them playing Phoenix is not a problem, or Utah is not a problem for them. I don't see them having many bad matchups in the West.
No, I don't think so. I think it's more he's on the principle of things now, right? It's like, well, we fought hard to get to this 7th spot, so we shouldn't have to keep playing to get into the playoffs. Normally we'd be in the playoffs right now, and because he's there, he's got to complain about it. I've kind of went back and forth on this. I kind of like it, and I kind of don't. I kind of wish it was either like the 7 playing the 10. Like I almost like what they did better last year. I just feel like if you're in that 7 or 8 seed, someone should have to beat you twice, right? And I don't think that the 7-8 playing against each other is necessarily the best way to do that. But I guess we'll see how it plays out.
It would be crazy if they don't end up losing out and don't make the playoffs.
Right. Oh God, we'll never hear the end of it.
Yeah. He would never hear the end of it. Being whether or not if it was injuries or he's getting older, or I feel like that's what's going to come out. People going to talk about LeBron's getting washed up now, or they're going to blame it on the injuries. But he played most of the games in the season, so I mean, if they would have finished a few games better, I mean, they probably wouldn't be in the spot. Or maybe the team needs to rethink some of the re-signings they did on the team outside of LeBron and AD.
Yeah, no, yeah, I mean, you're right. I mean, it's either on LeBron and AD, or it's on management for kind of getting rid of these guys. I mean, I was reading today, some of the guys they've gotten rid of. Jordan Clarkson, for one, and he went for 41 last night.
Yeah.
But they through all of this, they kept Kyle Kuzma. And, they got rid of Julius Randle, who's obviously having a career year in New York. It's just interesting, the guys they got rid of and the guys they decided to keep.
Yeah, I thought they should have traded Kuzma a long time ago, but
yeah.
I don't know why. I don't know what they thought he was going to turn into. I didn't see what they saw. So
no, I mean, he has spurts where he's decent, but yeah, I'm kind of with you there.
Yeah, he doesn't pop for me. Like when you watch certain games, you see certain players like, wow, they jump off the screen like,
oh yeah,
he's going one-on-one or I mean, he has his moments, but at times it's just like he just fades into the background.
Yep.
And then I know you're a little upset. Your boy Brown is out for the season. How you liking your playoff chances?
I think it's gonna be hard. I think if they can lock in the 7 seed, if they can win a play-in game. Well, first of all, I want nothing to do with Washington if Bradley Beal gets back to healthy. They're on a tear. And I know that Beal injury kind of hurts them a little bit here because they were kind of, really moving in the right direction. But if they can, either get in front of Miami or it's going to be difficult without Jaylen Brown. And, you're going to see Fournier stepping up tonight, hitting some shots, and, Tatum's going to have to elevate his game, and Walker's going to have to be great for them to have a chance. But whether they play Milwaukee or Brooklyn or Philly, that's just a tough matchup. Not having not only one of your best scorers having his, a career year, but he's also one of their best defenders. And that's really what's been killing them. I mean, teams are just, shooting lights out on these guys. They just can't defend anything right now. So yeah, I don't have high hopes. Hopefully I can get, one of the, win the playing game, and then, hopefully get a decent series out of first series, but I wouldn't expect them to get out of the first round.
I mean, if that's the case, I mean, where do you think you guys go from here?
I don't know. I think there's been a lot of chatter about that today around here. Man, I don't know. My biggest fear is that they don't do anything and they say, the core of the team didn't really get to play together this year, so we're going to just run it back next year. We'll sign Fournier because we'll have his contract rights, and we'll let it ride again. I just don't. I don't think that's going to work. I think they're slim at point guard, and as much as I like Kemba, I think that they need a Chris Paul type of a point guard in there. Kemba's more of a shooting guard to me, and I just I think it's going to take a couple of years for if Pritchard's that guy, he's going to take a little bit longer. So I don't know. Veteran point guard maybe, a stretch 5. Rob Williams kind of scares me because he can't stay healthy. I mean, when he plays more than 25 minutes, they're like 10-1. But he just can't stay healthy. Now he's got turf toe. It's I don't know, Rich. It's a little bleak, to be honest. I mean they're good. They're a good team. I just don't. You look at the top of the East, and you got the Sixers, the Nets, and the Bucks. It's are we? Yeah, you just got to figure out what. Yeah, I don't think we're better than any 3 of those teams.
Yeah, I mean, I understand what you mean. You got to figure out what can be done to get you guys over this hump.
Exactly.
into the finals.
Yep.
Whether it
Exactly.
be try to trade Smart and Kimba in the package, or Kimba and somebody else in the package outside of Tatum and Brown, or I don't know. And the thing is, I don't know what I can't really think of that many people that would be available as a free agent, or teams that would be willing to trade for that could possibly do that.
Yeah, I think that's the hard part, is finding the partner. I don't see one out there. And you also kind of need Tatum and Brown to be more consistent, and those leader type. I know they're young, but you need like someone who could take over the game. One of those two has to be able to take over a game and win it for you consistently. Like the Donovan Mitchells of the world, Lukas, people like that.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's gonna be interesting to see. Like you said, where you guys go from here, and what can be done to help you guys get over that hump.
Yep.
And then, speaking of your boy Beal, I don't know if you've seen, he had a little Twitter beef with Ken Bazemore. Ken Bazemore, they played when they played Golden State the other day. Bazemore was like, guys, he was like, we got guys hurting their hamstrings to keep up, because him and Steph Curry going back and forth for the scoring title this year. Beal tweeted that Bazemore was a clown, and then Bazemore was like, I guess you can't make jokes anymore. People too serious. So I thought that was kind of funny.
Yeah, it's a weird beef to be having.
Oh yeah, I understood what you were saying, but it wasn't like, I think some people are a little too sensitive about certain things.
Yeah,
I think it was a joke, so it wasn't like, he's not saying he was a bad player or anything. He's just saying that Steph Curry's just a scoring monster, so he's going to be hard to catch.
Yep, definitely a little sensitive there.
And then on the same team, your boy Westbrook broke the triple-double record. He's getting a lot of hype right now. People are saying one of the best point guards ever. I don't know about that, but I think he's definitely up there. But I think it would have been interesting to see, kind of how his game developed and what his game developed into now. If it still would have, if they would have kept him, KD, and Harden on that same team.
Yeah, that would have been, looking back, that would have been a really interesting one. To see what that would have looked like if they could have kept all those guys together. Not, I don't know if it would have worked with the personalities and the styles of game, but you swap out Kyrie for Russell Westbrook. Can Westbrook defer a little bit more to KD and Harden, and what would that look like?
Yeah, they went to the finals. They were still young. They played the Heat, they lost, but I think if they would have kept that core together, it would have been very interesting to see how they would have developed and all turned out, or if it would have been a lot different.
Yeah,
because they interviewed. I remember they interviewed James Harden. They asked him when he went to Houston. He said he didn't have a lot of confidence when he got there. Then he put up like 40 one night, and it was all over after that.
Mm-hmm. I want to get your take on one thing. Luka's approaching that technical mark. And then, the other night he elbows, I forget who it was, the guy in the junk. What are your thoughts on Luka? You think he's got a little edge to him? He seems like when he's playing, he's a little, he's not like, some of these guys that are screaming and yelling all the time, but when he gets fired up, it's like that's it. His game's basically over.
Yeah, I definitely feel like he has an edge to him. He's been carrying the Mavericks, pretty much. When you look at the roster, you probably, the average person probably can't name more than 3-5 people on that roster, outside of him and Porzingis. But Porzingis hasn't been playing in forever. he stays injured, but somehow they still find themselves in the top offensive category. He's pretty much almost averaging the triple double. For him to put the team on his back at that of a young age, he's definitely got something in him that a lot of other people don't. Whether he shows it or not, it's there. People respect it. Maybe him having all these technicals this year was due to frustration, because they had a slow start, then they picked it up. Now they're in the midst of the playoff hunt. Maybe that has something to do with it. But it's going to be interesting to see what they do with that team as well. But I don't know if it makes sense to keep Porzingis. He hasn't really been around much.
Yep. No, I think you're right. I don't know what that team does. They got Luka, they got some decent young guys. just what do they like you said, where do they go from there?
How much noise they can make in the playoffs and who they get matched up with.
Yeah.
There's not many teams I can think they can beat in the playoffs. Like if they play the Nuggets or the Lakers, I think they're pretty much going to lose. But I mean, all the other teams, I mean, I feel like they got a fighting chance to win the series against those teams.
Yeah. I'm interested to see how they kind of hang in the playoffs here. They were kind of like one of my early season favorites to kind of make some noise. And they've kind of had a kind of an up and down year. Let's see what happens. I think I don't know who they're lined up to hit right now. Denver, a tough matchup. So anyone they get in that 4 or 5 spot, or if they fall to 6 and they get to basically it's between. It looks like it'll be Clippers, Nuggets, Mavericks, Blazers in some sort of order there, all playing each other.
Yeah.
So those are some awesome first round matchups. So I think the West, whoever gets in 1 through 8, that's just going to be some great matchups.
Yeah, it's gonna be great to see. I mean, we're probably looking at a lot of 6-7 game series. The first round in the West. So it's gonna be a lot of basketball to be played this postseason.
Yep, for sure.
Your boy Griffin getting fined for talking about the refs need to call better fouls for Zion.
No, I didn't. Who was it that said it? I saw a little bit of this.
Yeah, Griffin, the GM.
Yeah.
For the he was pretty much saying that the refs aren't really calling any fouls. Like he hasn't. For Zion, he's pretty much saying that Zion's getting fouled like Shaq did back in the day. That's why Zion's out right now. They say he got a broken finger. Due to so many people following him, when he's trying to go up, they're not even calling it. But I mean, I thought that was kind of funny.
Yeah. What did the NBA fine? Did they give him that $50,000 fine?
Yep, they gave him the $50K. But I mean, that's not. I feel like that's nothing. Like
that's just that's like their standard fine for questioning officiating now. It's like basically question officiating. It's either 25 or 50, one of the two.
Yeah.
I mean, Zion's gonna get fouled. I mean, what do they want him to do? Like, they're not gonna call everything. It's the NBA. I mean, I kind of go back and forth on this one because it's like the Embiid thing, right? Embiid, I feel like they call too many fouls on guys guarding Embiid, and he's falling all over the place on the floor, flopping around sometimes, and he makes it kind of look good, but I don't know if Zion has that that touch or that ability to do that yet. He's all power.
Yeah, I think he I don't think he knows how to flop. I mean, he's been playing such at a high motor that like it's just not in him.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like he just wants to go out there and score, right? Do what he's always done. I'm gonna get to the hoop, and if someone hits me, they're gonna hit me, but I'm still gonna try to make the hoop. Whereas like Embiid, sometimes he gets touched and he's like flailing backwards, like he just got hit by a truck or something.
Yeah, I feel like that's an old vet move. Like you play against like these old vets and like you like sneeze on them, they're like foul. You're like I didn't even touch you. So I mean, it's a good way for him to get to the free throw line and get some easy buckets. But I mean, he's young. I mean, Zion doesn't have it in him to do that yet. So how his game transitions as he gets, he's become more savvy or get those years of NBA games under his belt.
Yeah, he'll get there.
It's about that time again, ladies and gentlemen. Got another brand new one for you. Got another edition of JD's Bites and Brews. What you got for us?
All right. So today we had the cheeseburger crunch wrap. So this is your take on a crunch wrap supreme, but the non-Mexican version, the American semi-healthy version. Okay. So you can do it with ground beef. We did it with turkey. So basically, you cook the turkey burg, you throw it into the tortilla, you put whatever toppings you want, with pickles, onion slices, lettuce, ketchup, cheese, and mustard or barbecue sauce, whatever you like in there. Then you wrap it up into that into the wrap, fold it over, grill it on that side for, a minute or two, and then flip it over, grill it on the other side. And then bang, you got your cheeseburger Crunch Wrap Supreme.
Oh, nice. Like it sounds like a chopped cheese in the sense. I don't know if you know what that is. It's a New York thing.
No, what is that?
It's like a chopped up cheeseburger in a hero.
Actually, I had that 2 weeks ago. It was amazing.
Yeah, and it's all cheesy onions. It's kind of, in a sense, it's kind of like a Philly cheesesteak.
Yeah.
But the New York spin on it.
Yeah, I'd never had one before. It was incredible.
Yeah, that's what it sounded like. But instead of the bread, put that in the tortilla.
This one you still it's a full cheeseburger. So you're cooking it like a burger, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's just instead of the bun, you're wrapping it in that wrap and putting all your toppings inside the wrap and then grilling that all together.
Yeah, that also reminded me of the quesadilla burger from Applebee's.
Exactly, very similar.
I feel like that was the best burger they ever had. Like the best thing they had on the menu.
You're not the only one who said that. I feel like, I don't know if it's my brother or one of my friends from home. They always said that was the best burger there ever. Yeah,
I don't know what it was about it. Maybe it was the way they did the tortilla or the pico de gallo on there. But I feel like that was the best thing they had. The best thing they had going for them.
Yeah, like I said, you're not the only one who said that. So I've heard that multiple times.
And then what you drinking this down with?
All right, so you're gonna be a little disappointed on this one, Rich. It's not. It's not gonna be a highly rated one. It sounds, the description sounded, amazing. So it's a brewery in Fitchburg, River Styx Brewing. They make some pretty good beer up there. They have those are like the cool glass, like the Donkey Kong glass that I have. They make the Super Mario Brothers Tecmo Bowl. Some really cool gear that they have. I think they're probably their strength is in their stouts. But they make these tart ales, sour ales that sound delicious. So grabbed a couple of them. This one is called Cersei. So a lot of their beers are named after the old school mythology, Greek mythology. So this one's Cersei, legendary goddess of magic and sorcery. So it's a tart ale that has blood orange, splash of pineapple, and conditioned on coconut. So I love I'm a sucker for pineapple and coconut things. I love the pina coladas. We've talked about that. So this one, when I hit it, I was like, well, this can be great. Can is awesome. Looks like a pina colada in the glass.
It sounds great, but how they messed this up?
I don't know. It's like it's just missing something. Like you can get a little bit of each flavor, and it's a little tart, but nothing like really kind of punches you in the back of the throat. Like, whoa, that was really good. It's just like thin, which is fine if you can have the flavor profile there, but it's just missing a little bit. So you get a tiny bit of coconut, a tiny bit of pineapple, a decent amount of blood orange, and I don't know. It's just not. It didn't work. It didn't work for them this time.
It sounds like when somebody makes a dish and is missing some salt and pepper, man. They just need a little bit more salt and pepper.
Exactly. I mean, it's just missing a little bit. Like you said, maybe they forgot the not enough pineapple or not enough coconut, something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, not enough peanut in it.
No. So I'd probably throw this one at like a 5.5 out of 10.
Oh wow! I didn't think we would go below a 7. This one must be really bad. And that, ladies and gentlemen, that's JD's Bites and Brews for this week. Not much on the BRRs. I mean, finished up Jupiter's Legacy. It's a new superhero show on Netflix. Pretty much about a family that has superpowers and kind of like what they're going through. It's kind of like The Boys in a sense, but it gets more into detail of like people's personal problems. It has a little plot twist in it. Try not to give it away. It's one of the writers used to work at Marvel, so supposedly there's a bunch of books about it. I hear the books are good. The show's a little slow to start, but it definitely picks up. Yeah, so it's like Netflix versions of The Boys. Not the first season is not as good as The Boys first season, but it has a lot of potential. Sometimes it seems a little corny though, the way when they fight, because everybody's in a superhero costume, so it looks kind of fake, like Superman-ish.
Mm-hmm.
But I think if they did more of the not in suit fights versus the suit fights, it would make a big difference.
Interesting. Yeah,
And then
I do want to watch that one.
yeah, it's a quick breeze, a quick watch. Like eight, I think it's like 8 episodes. Like I said, it's a little slow at first, but then it picks up. But it's not bad. I gave it a 7 out of 10. Interesting to see where it goes. Another show on Netflix. You can watch when you get a chance. And then I finished Invincible. That's the like animated series on Amazon. That's like The Boys too, but picture like the Justice League. Picture the Justice League.
Okay.
Well, a lot more bloody and gorier.
Okay.
Especially if you watch the first episode, the guy that's like comparable to Superman pretty much bodies like 7 superheroes towards the end of the first episode. So it's a lot more bloody, a lot more gorier. Kind of funny because it shows the superheroes failing to some of the villains. Some people die, some people almost die. So it's a nice little show, especially if you liked Justice League growing up.
Okay.
I would definitely give it a watch.
What was the BR on that one again?
That one I gave it 8 out of 10.
Yeah, 10. That's right.
I don't think I put it out yet, so but I think it's a solid 8.
It was on there.
It's a solid 8 for the Invincible.
Oh, I thought you had it on there.
Oh, no, I didn't put it out yet because it was a animated series.
Oh, okay.
Nobody was asking for it, so I don't want people to think I'm too much of a nerd, but
if they don't know that yet, Rich, then
yeah. And then I'm almost finished with Sons of Sam. That's a new Netflix documentary on I don't know if you remember the killing the serial killer Son of Sam.
Oh yeah.
Kind of goes into how the guy that got convicted of killing all those people didn't really kill all those people, and he was in a cult, and it was other members in the cult that did it too.
Yeah, I've heard this theory before.
Yeah, I think the guy that had the theory wrote like 2 or 3 books about it. So I mean, it's interesting. I'm almost done with it. I think I got one more episode left. Maybe it's like four episodes. It was a nice little.
Yeah, worth a watch.
Yeah, it's kind of like the Hotel. What was that one called?
Oh yeah, I know the one you're talking about with the girl that died at the hotel.
Hotel, yeah, it's kind of like that.
Okay.
But it's a quick watch. So, but it's interesting though once you see like all this cult stuff, and it reminds you of the Night Stalker right away when you watch it.
Gotcha.
Because he was in the like on I don't know if I can't say he was in the same cult, but it seemed like there's a lot of similarities in that, like what he was talking about and what's in this call. Even though this call was right before him.
So you want to get to the Mare of Easttown theories? Where are we going from here in the last 3 episodes?
Oh yeah, that was my next topic. Go ahead, I'll let you get your take off. I don't know what you wanted to say about it.
I'm gonna let you go first because I mean, so here's my only for sure is that the deacon, although he might be a weird dude and potentially could.
Which one though? The one that's
not the cousin, the deacon that came from the other parish.
Oh, okay.
Odd dude. Obviously, tossed the bike in the water a few episodes ago. Obviously, intertwined with the girl that's dead. Don't think he's the killer though. I think it's too obvious. But I wouldn't. He may be the real father of the baby though. That's the only thing I think that he's tied to her by, which is I think why he's trying to distance himself. But I don't think he's the killer. I don't think he's involved in the other 2 disappearances. I think that it's I think it's probably only a handful of guys, and I don't know who it is. Maybe the writer, maybe the one of the dad of her best friend there, Lori. He seems like he's got some weird things going on. I think that whole family low key has some weird things going on, and the ex-husband Frank. I think he's the only other one. I don't know who else it could be. I don't know. What's your take on it?
I got a bunch of takes. My first take is I think Kevin's still alive and he has something to do with everything.
How though? Like how? Explain to me. Like why do you think that where is that coming from?
I don't know. Something in me, man. It's like a gut feeling. I feel like he's still alive.
And he just wanted to get away from his
mom,
and the mom and the crazy girlfriend.
Yeah, then I also feel like so like if Kevin is alive, right? That I think that he has both of those babies are his. The one with the 4-year-old and the one for the other girl that got killed.
Yeah. I want to know what the deal is with that locket that she was kind of staring down in the girl's room and picked up, right? Because she was looking for the journals and grabbed this locket that said 5/29/17 on it. What's that date? And clearly it grabbed her attention. Maybe not the first time she's seen this locket. So what is that?
Well, is that the day that Kevin died?
I don't know. I don't know.
Because supposedly he died 4 years ago, right?
Right. And his son is like what, 4 years old, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, is it the son's birthday or is it the day he died on the locket? Like, what is it? I'm obviously that date means something to her.
Yeah. And then my second guess that is the ex-husband Frank. He's fooling everybody, and he's hiding people, and he would be my second guess. I'm just trying not to go with the obvious people as far as like somebody being the killer.
Yeah, who do you think the obvious people are? Obviously, the deacon being one of them.
Yeah, or the writer.
You think he's obvious?
Possibly because I think because you remember she got that book the first episode, right? But I think it's gonna come down to her reading that book, and then whatever is in that book is gonna help her figure out it was really him or something else.
Okay, but didn't he write that book a while ago?
Yeah, possibly. But I mean, if he could have still put something in the book that he like
kind of gives
maybe he was killing people for a while,
right.
And he put it in the book, and something in that book leads to how the girls are getting snatched up. Because we thought the girl that's been missing, we thought she was dead, but come to find out she's been held captive. We don't know who yet, but it's going to be interesting to see, who the culprit is in this one.
Yeah,
and I'm also suspecting the brother too, because you remember the father, the father shot the boyfriend, right? I forget his name.
Yep.
And then he got drunk and like passed out. But how did the kid that got shot get to the hospital?
Yeah, who grabbed him, brought him there?
Yeah, so that was another thing. So I got a lot of theories. I'm trying to keep everything written down, and then as the next episode coming out, I'm cross stuff off and write new theories. So
I told you, I'm just praying that it's not like the end of the last one. What was it? The one with Hugh Grant there. Was it Hugh Grant?
You talking about the
what was the name of that? The Undoing?
Yeah, The Undoing.
Yeah. Like when I was like, oh, it can't be him, and then it just was him. Like I like they better not be like do all this stuff and then it's like the deacon, right? I'm just so uninterested in that. Like give me a better a story, right? And it doesn't even need to be necessarily like it could be one of those guys that we've talked about tonight, and I'm fine with it. Just like make it a good a good story behind it.
Yeah, like a good spin on it.
Yeah.
And then what the crackhead did to that lady was filthy. I'm not gonna lie, man. That was filthy, man.
Oh, imagine being that woman though, and like obviously like you're kind of like in that route where you're like I have to do this, right? Like because this is she's been gone a year, like I got a tip that she's in this basement, like I got to do it. And then it's freaking the crackhead that's been, terrorizing everybody.
Yeah, but the thing is, though, it's crazy that he said that she's still alive, and then he told her to come to the spot. I wonder if he knows that she really is still alive.
Yeah, but how would he know?
Because maybe he saw her get taken,
or he knows where she's at.
Yeah, maybe he told people, but nobody believes him because he's a drug addict.
Yeah, because that where she's at, it seems obviously it's like got all the padding in the wall so no one can hear you, but like based on the preview for the the rest of the season, obviously the one girl gets out, right? So what does did she not know where she was? Like how is the other girl, like, or maybe she does get found too at the same time or whatever, but we don't know. But how do they get out of there?
I don't know. It's gonna be crazy once things pick up.
What else is that girl's friend not telling?
Which one?
The one that they questioned in the apartment, and she basically gave him the password and all that stuff to the escort service. Like, the friend there, like, I feel like she's held back a few times.
Yeah, so maybe she knows that somebody's on there on that website that they're related to, like the father, or somebody else, or maybe she's sleeping with somebody that's on
what I
there.
mean. Yeah.
That's like overage or something.
Yeah. Yeah, I think she's still got some stuff that she's got to tell people.
Yeah, I mean, it's gonna be interesting to see when it all unravels out on who's the killer and all. I mean, I feel like everybody's connected, so everybody's got dirt on everybody.
Yeah. Well, that's the problem with small towns. Everyone knows everyone's business. It's hard to hide things.
Oh yeah, especially in that town.
Yeah.
The way everybody's connected.
Yep.
And that's pretty much it.
All right.
I want to thank y'all for rocking out with your boy Rich, JD, and Tom here on the Sports Sidebar Podcast. Give y'all something to ride out on.